Welcome to Stoughton Media Access Cable. My name is Steve Kelley, and I'm going to be the host today. And here we are at the Backstreet Grille, is that right?
Backstreet Grille and Tavern.
The Backstreet Grille and Tavern. Now, all of us can take our masks off now because we're at an open setting, right? And everybody's got some good spacing. So I'm here with Alec, Will, and Paul Silowan. And these guys are the owners. They're a representative, I think, of the American dream, right? You really are. I mean, a family that goes into business, and I think you guys are what really America is made out of. And I want to hear, and I think the audience wants to hear a lot about you. But before we do that, I want you guys to just tell me a little bit about the food, and then we're going to pull it away because I see a line out there, so we're going to have to give the food back. So why don't we start with Alec. Describe this meal for us.
This is the seafood Florentine. It has the shrimp, the scallops, lobster, on top of a bed of pasta with spinach and peppers. And it's to die for.
It's to die for.
One of our most popular dishes.
And have you cooked this meal?
I personally did not. Our chef Murph, he's the pro. I let him do that.
Okay.
But I bring it out to the people, and everybody likes it.
All right, and Will, tell us about this meal.
So that's our nachos.
Okay. I love nachos, by the way.
Yeah, me too. And we actually make them all from scratch. The chips, like they cut them up from tortillas and fry them. And
Wow.
the chili, everything's made from right here. So.
Wow. Great. Okay. And then Paul, the father,
Yep.
what do you got in front of you?
These are the chicken kebabs. They're marinated and put over peppers and tomatoes and onions over our Florentine rice, one of our most popular dishes.
Wonderful. Hey, can we get some help, Dave? And we're gonna pull these meals out of here so we can get down to serious business. But they look good. Oh, before we do though, don't take this. We got to know about this. Why don't you each tell me a little bit about this? What is this? We have spinach.
This is our sautéed spinach.
Yeah.
And this is our ribs and our steak tips. This constitutes our barbecue combo.
Wow.
And then over
this
here,
is one meal when you
one
serve
meal.
it.
Yep,
So you
one
get
meal.
both the ribs and the tips.
Right, you get both of those,
Wow.
as well as you can also get barbecue chicken as an option as well. And then this is one of our, again, more signature dishes, popular dishes, is the sweet chili salmon with asparagus.
Wonderful. All right. So we have Rob, and Rob, what is it, Rotella? Rob Rotella is our assistant today. He's jumping in and he's helping behind the scenes, and he's also helping move the food around a bit. All right. So, Paul, you're the patriarch of this group, let's say. Tell us, when did you get started here?
It's been about a year now that we started looking at this restaurant as an opportunity for us. And the prior owner, Mr. Dave Foley, created a very successful business here, Foley's Backstreet Grille, for 14 years. And we decided a couple of years ago that we wanted to go into business together. We looked at a lot of different restaurants, we looked at a lot of different types of businesses, and when we came across this particular business, it just felt right. It felt like the right opportunity for us, the right atmosphere, the right culture. He had a fantastic operation already built with great clientele, great staff. The testament to the success of this business has been the kitchen staff, as well as the servers that are there, as well as the managers. So we got very excited about it. We came here, we actually shadowed for a couple months to better understand the business, and then was able to purchase it in December, both purchasing the restaurant as well as the property. So it's just been a crazy ride, so it's been great.
So now, Will, you work for your dad, right? Now, I have two sons who work for me.
He works with his dad.
Ah,
Okay, we all work together. We're partners in this, and we all work together.
thank you.
Sorry about that.
No, what a great, and I really appreciate you kind of straightening that ship, because there's a big difference between working for your dad and with your dad. So you work with your dad,
Yeah.
right? Now my sons work for me. They're not always happy about that. What do you do when you're not happy?
Just say it, I guess.
Just say it and
Yeah.
work it through.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you must be very proud of both your dad and your brother.
Oh yeah.
What do you like the best about this business?
There's definitely a lot of independence. We kind of do our own thing.
What is your favorite part of the things that you do here? Do you like to work in the kitchen, or do you like to work from the host position? What do you do?
I kind of just oversee what's going on, like during service.
So is that like a maitre d' kind of a position?
Yeah.
And then every time something goes wrong, they go chase you down? Pretty much. Good. All right. That's pretty well.
Go to fill the gaps.
Fill the gaps. I like
the
that.
gaps.
All right, Alec. Sort of the same line of questions. What is it you like about this decision?
Same faces. We have so many regulars that come in 2-3 times a week that they text me on my cell phone for reservations personally, and it's just nice to see the same people and have them enjoy the atmosphere we provide and the food that comes out of our kitchen.
All right. Open question. Which one of you guys decides on the music?
Depends on the night. Depends on who gets to the music first.
Yeah, and you mentioned that you don't actually work here every day. You actually leave it to the boys to run it. Leave it to the men.
To the men, to the guys. Yeah, they're predominantly here during the week, and I'm here on the weekends. But it's, we're all in communication all the time. So if there's an issue, if there's something that needs to be done, we all jump in together. And it's just us. It's the whole team. It's not, it's everybody on the team is critical. Right from the dishwashers right up until our kitchen manager, Brian Murphy, who's phenomenal back there, Ron Goodman, who's one of our senior chefs as well. It's all a team effort, and we couldn't do it without everybody going on all full cylinders. Yeah.
So perhaps we go into training. Al, what do you do for training to bring new people in? There's always a good flow in every restaurant business. People come and go, as you know. How do you handle training?
Well, most of our staff has been here so long that it's pretty easy. Just let them train the new employees. They are experts at what they do, and I just let them go and shadow, and they take 2 training shifts, and they're already on the floor, and they're ready to go.
We were very fortunate that when we acquired the restaurant, 100% of the staff stayed on. 100% of the staff. Yeah, 100%. We only, through the COVID process, we lost a couple folks, but because they decided we didn't have a bar, so there's really no need for a few of our bartenders. But overall, we've been able to maintain the entire staff, and they're all phenomenal.
So tell me a little bit more about the bar. You do or do not have a bar?
So prior to the COVID hitting, we had a full bar that people could actually sit at the bar. Right now, we can't have people sit at the bar, so what we're doing is serving people both on the patio as well as inside the restaurant what they look for their cocktails and so forth. And Alec comes up with these incredible creative cocktails all the time for the summer and so forth that have been well received by our
Guys out, the winter one or fall one's coming out in 2 weeks.
Give me an idea of your what you would call your signature best new drink that you developed or you thought about or brought it in.
The one last weekend was the Cowboy Colada. It's a whiskey, almost like a pina colada with whiskey, and it sold pretty good last weekend. That was our top drink last weekend.
I actually could see you in a cowboy hat. It's like saying, this is the right drink. This is it. Now, does he let you meddle in the drinks, or is that not happening?
I don't really do that. No.
He comes up with them. He makes them.
Good. All right. So let's talk about signature meals. What about new meals, things that you are bringing in that beyond what we already saw, that delightful food that you already showed us, but what's some new food that you guys have?
Well, Brian Murphy, our chef, is very creative. He's coming up with new concoctions all the time. Old favorites that he's bringing forward as well as new ones. One of the ones that's sold very well is seafood fra diavolo. It's scallops and shrimp fra diavolo. That it's a really nice spice to it. People really love that. As well as coffee rub is another one, right, Will? Tell them about the coffee rub.
It's a coffee rub on a sirloin steak.
Oh.
Yeah, that one sells pretty well.
Yeah.
Okay.
The nachos were new. They never had nachos prior, and we saw.
Yeah, they did it as specials, but we have it on the menu every day now.
Yeah, so you slice them up yourself, run them into the griller there,
and then also additionally chicken wings. They used to do chicken wings as a special, and now we do chicken wings in about 7 or 8 different flavors, and they just have been very well received. Yeah.
So it's a real, I think you renamed it a tavern? So it is
Backstreet Grille and Tavern, so it has a little bit more of a tavern-y feel. But this is a restaurant. People come here to eat and have a drink. People just don't come here to drink. They're looking for the good food and have a cocktail.
We haven't talked about vegetarian options, so I'd like to give you an opportunity.
Sure. We do multiple salads. We do Caesar salad, Greek salad. We do a Tuscan salad as well that is very popular. The Tuscan has walnuts and cranberries over an angel hair pasta, as well as our own garden salad. So there's a lot of salad options, and all of those salads can get steak tips or salmon or chicken or turkey tips or what have you on top as an option as well.
Now before the actual taping, you guys shared some wonderful news about being from Lebanon. So what about Lebanese food specials? What do you have that you could say,
kind of funny
this
you
is
say that.
this is like my history, I have to have this.
Many customers ask us all the time. They say, oh, well, you know, you got to do some Lebanese food or you got to do some Mediterranean food. And we keep saying, we're gonna try some things. So I've talked to our chef about it, and at some point we may do some appetizers. Maybe we'll do some tabbouleh or something like that, or hummus or something. But for now, we're sticking with the core menu that is, you know, everyone seems to love so much. And we do have lamb on the menu as well. We do a rack of lamb that everybody loves. So,
Which of you sons, men, would like to tell me about your social media? What are you doing?
So we post the specials onto Facebook every day.
Yep.
We make posts on Facebook.
Is we you?
Well, me and my mom.
Yeah? Okay, we brought a new person in now. Come
Yeah.
on, I want to hear about Mom. Come on, we can't leave Mom out of this. Tell me
Yeah.
about Mom.
She kind of does all the Facebook social media marketing right now.
Yeah? And what's her name?
Marianne.
Marianne. So Marianne does your Facebook, your marketing, your social media.
Yep.
So is she like, give me a picture of this, I need it.
You have no idea. It'll be mid-rush. I'll get a text like, we need this picture.
We're in mid-rush. So what is mid-rush? People that don't own a restaurant, what does mid-rush
It's
mean?
just like right when it's like the busiest it gets for the night.
Yep.
And so everything's crazy. Everyone's running around.
So like, let's say 5:30?
Yeah, 6 o'clock.
6
probably.
o'clock, and sure enough, there's Marianne texting you. I need a picture of this. Okay.
And we update our website every day for the specials.
Mm-hmm.
We got a new website from previous owner, and that's been helping out a lot.
What's the name of the website?
It's backstreetgrille.com.
Backstreetgrille.com. Okay, good. And is it for the Twitter feed, or are they all pretty much similar? Yeah.
And our website has pictures on almost every item we have. So if you ever want to know what's in it, just take a look. And it's dressed the way it is when you get it. Every item is on there with a picture.
All right. Talk to me a little bit about sourcing your food. Over in Easton, I went to a place. I don't know if it's as nice as this, but they source their food through Langwater Farms for vegetables, for instance. What do you guys do for sourcing all of your?
We have a number of local distributors that we get vegetables from, and fish and seafood, and
On the dock. When we did the
For our
fried
clams the
I
first
would
time, yeah.
drive down to Boston them right off the right off the boat almost.
See, everything here is made to order, made from, it's made fresh. We don't freeze anything. There's nothing frozen.
Our food comes in daily. Every day we have a shipment of product coming in. You could look in our freezer and the ice.
And that's about it. There's fresh seafood, fresh meat. We butcher all our own meat, fillet all our own fish.
So, tell me about your schooling that got you, first of all, to have like the oomph to do this.
Well, I've always had an entrepreneurial spirit. I guess I always wanted to have a business. I went to UMass for business management and finance, and came out of it with owning a business for 10 years with my wife. We had a retail store over in Braintree, and then more children happened, so Mom came home to be a mom, and I went out to the corporate world. And then we decided, it was always the dream to come back to, owning a business. And 20 years later, when these guys finished school, we decided now's the right time, and so here we are.
So I want to hear what your schools were. So we'll start with Alec.
I went to a few different schools. I went to, first in high school I did 4 years of architecture, design, and drafting. So I have a degree in architecture design.
Yep.
And then I went to Massasoit for business.
By the way, I think God is coming down
Yeah.
to tell us what a great restaurant this is. So here we
We'll turn it
go.
off.
He's texting us to say, don't forget me.
Here we go.
And then
Sorry,
for
someone wants a
business,
reservation.
I did at Quincy College for business.
Yeah.
And finished up over at Curry.
Oh, okay, good. And what courses do you think prepared you the best?
Well, the accounting and economics probably.
Accounting and economics for sure. Right?
Absolutely.
How about you? What did you study?
I went to Bridgewater
Okay.
for business.
Business.
Yeah, general management.
And what do you think has been the greatest help?
I think just the overall knowledge of
Yeah.
like the way business is run.
So, Paul, tell us about how you've taught your sons to get over the hurdles.
Well, you know, you have to persevere. You can't look back. You have to say, okay, you know, a couple weeks ago the water heater broke. Okay, the water heater broke. We had to replace the water heater.
Yep.
These things happen, and they can't discourage you. You have to keep the faith. You have to keep pushing. You have to realize there is a goal at the end of at the end of the road there that we're striving for. And you know, get to your original question. I would say that you know, to anybody who's looking to start a business, figure out how much money you need to start that business, then double it. Because
Some great
you know,
advice.
you always end up finding businesses go out of business because they weren't financed properly or had the right resources in place to get through those tough times, to get through something that could happen. So, but fortunately, you know, we've been successful, and it's a true testament to the team. It's a true testament to the community that has supported us through all of this time. So we thank them all.
Yeah, I want to touch base with each of you about COVID, but before I do, tell me a little bit about your personal goals, and then how did that make this happen? So I think, I view goals as sort of the steering wheel of your life, right? So in other words, everybody, if you don't have goals, I want you to get goals, okay? Because I really feel that goals steer you. So if you haven't written down your goals, it's my thought that you'd write down your goals. So if before this interview, if I just said to you, tell me your 3 goals and how did that play into owning a restaurant, how would you think you'd come to that answer?
I just know that we all have a similar entrepreneurial vibe, and
I like that, an entrepreneurial vibe.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever heard that in a family setting, but go ahead, that's great.
And we all just want to be successful in business, so it just kind of worked out that way.
Great. How about yourself, Pat?
Well, the first goal was have a business, and I did that. We have this, and it's been fun, and but next would be another restaurant, another Backstreet, hopefully someday, not too far away. And then, so hopefully to build a brand and build multiple restaurants down the road. And that's the goal right now, is to keep it this going and keep stashing it away for more.
So sort of a sustainability idea.
Exactly.
Good. Yeah. Good. And Paul, how would?
Well, I'm in agreement with Alec as well as Will on both fronts. That, you know, the ultimate goal is to build a brand, build multiple locations so that, you know, there's an economies of scale to take advantage of when you're purchasing and when you're hiring and things of that nature. Take some of the expertise that we've learned here, take some of the expertise from our team, and give them opportunity to grow as well. So it's not just about us growing, it's about taking our team to the next level as well. So it's a long-term vision that we have that we're hoping to implement.
So in terms of when you need staff and hiring, what are you looking for in people that come to you? So if you could give me 2 points, Alec, and say the 2 things we really want if somebody wants to come look for a job here, and you know there'll be times when you'll need people.
Well, something we just hired a few more girls, waitresses and hostesses, and a couple new guys in the kitchen. And something that really stood out to me about the new hires was they don't bring drama into the workplace. I do
Nice.
not want anyone to bring drama into the workplace. Our staff gets along very well. We all have dinner at the end of the night. We all hang out for another half hour to an hour after work, and we're very drama free, and that's something, if you're going to bring drama, don't come over here.
That's a very precise, concise, excellent point. Don't bring drama. We're here to work and serve our guests, and to learn how to be successful together and have a good time. Can you top that?
He's not even going to try.
All right, Paul, why don't you come in with, say, one other thing that you're looking for?
Well, I
in
think
staff?
whenever I hire anyone, it's about passion, it's about fire in the belly, it's about someone who wants to be here, wants to be a part of the team, wants to work hard and have fun. You know, the old play hard and work harder type of attitude. And I think that we've done a great job, and it's just us. You know, our manager, Pam, has been instrumental as well in helping us to identify the right folks for this team, because that's what it is. It really is a system of folks in there that have to work together in a way to produce a lot of great food, quality food, in a very short amount of time. So if we're not all on the same page, we're not all working together and in sync, it's not going to work. So we're very careful in making sure we found folks that were like that, and that did happen. So we're excited about that.
So, myself, I think that communication is really important, like with staff, and like what your goals are, how you're going to appreciate each other. So tell me a little bit about the appreciations that you give staff. How do you, so let's take yourself. How do you appreciate someone that you recognize, you come in, it's one of those rush moments and you're seeing somebody doing great? What do you do?
You just have to tell them they're doing a good job and reassure them. And,
So just a little attaboy, or what they call attagirl, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And how about yourself?
Well, we always like to reward our employees as well. Different ways with different levels of employees, but I mean, like I said, every night they get different meals. Some nights, if it's a busy night or a holiday, they get like like the lamb or something like that, the more expensive meals. But we always got our employees' backs no matter what. If it's tough, they're in the weeds. We're right there to help them, and that's just the way it is here.
All right. Dad, talk to me about your customers.
We love our customers, and I'm not just. So, which one do you want me to talk about? Because we know half their names. Okay, it's kind of funny.
Don't name names.
You know, I will say that we were very fortunate that Dave Foley, when he had the business, built up a large clientele of regulars, and those regulars have stayed for the most part, and we've started to build up new regulars that are coming in weekly. And we want to cater those customers. We can't thank them enough for the support they've given us through this tough time. When COVID hit, we were doing about 10% in takeout and 90% in the restaurant. We went in March to 100% in takeout. So it was a very big change, both for the staff, for the customers, for us, in the way that we run our business and the way that we manage the business.
We even added deliveries.
I'm sorry?
We added deliveries too.
Yeah, we added deliveries.
So that's a big change. You said, okay, this is some way that we can keep the business rolling.
Right, and support our customer base. You know, the customers were scared to come out, so we wanted to be able to bring to them the food that they wanted. So, you know, it was the team that came together and wanted to continue to support the community and feeding the community, because, you know, this group of individuals that had been here, they knew all the customers. They didn't want to just say, hey, let's close. They want to stay open and keep producing the food and keep supporting the community by feeding the community. So we were all at that quality. So we were all in on that, and so we went to 100% takeout, and now months later we're at about 50% takeout. So the patio's open, the inside is open, but there are still a large group of individuals who still want to just get takeout, and that's great.
What a beautiful day it is today, huh? So we have to get more people down on the patio, right? And you mentioned you might get some heaters out here, right? That will help extend the season.
Yeah, we just purchased some new heaters, so to make sure everybody stays nice and toasty. Blankets are welcome. If you want to bring a blanket or polar fleece or whatever you want to keep warm, we're glad. We're Northerners, we're New Englanders. We can eat outside.
Now, do you guys also have a wine selection?
Absolutely, yep. We carry a wide variety of wines, as well as craft beer, and various cocktails. So we have full bar, and we do a lot of it.
Well, it seems like a really good run of it. This is a little bit of an opportunity for you guys to speak to America, believe it or not. We don't know that Smack will go that big, but you know, there's a lot of sort of uproar and also a like a changeover in how we earn money. And you guys are the old-fashioned way. So, what would you say to like people and say, no, this is the way to do it? Because I think this is the way to do it. But what do you think?
No, I think that's the way to do it too. You gotta start your own business if you want to get rich. So.
Yep. Okay. So start your own business. You can get rich. But,
I don't know about that.
you may not.
Eventually.
The grind is real.
Yeah, the grind is real. So you're going to have to work it out.
Yes, definitely. Like the old-fashioned, every 9 to 5 is great, but I'm here 12 hours a day, and I think it's going to be worth it.
So why is it worthwhile? I think it's worth it too, but why? Why is it worthwhile?
Down the road, I won't have to. I'm hoping that this 9 to 5 or 9 to 12 or whatever my hours are,
9 to 9
change.
to 12.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's 15 hours.
But hopefully those hours won't be as many hours down the road. Hopefully I'll be more successful now than
Putting the
by
effort
putting
now.
in the effort now. So.
I think there's a real character building feature of this though that I think the world needs to know, that you know, the hard work has something else that just, it drives you, it builds your character. When you see somebody chomping down a great meal that you've produced, it's got to be like just something that makes you feel great, right?
Absolutely.
So Dad, as we close out the interview, tell me like how fulfilling it is to have your sons here with you.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, this is the dream, right? The dream is to be able to work with your family,
Yeah, not just work,
but work with
yeah.
your family, see them grow, see them, you know, come into their own. There's no better feeling for a parent to see their family succeed. You know, there is great satisfaction in that, and you know, the commitment that they've put in, the commitment my entire team has put in to the success of this organization is just you know, it chokes me up every day. It really does. It really does.
Well, that's a great way to end, and I think I want to thank our audience for staying tuned to us. I want to thank Roy Cohen for putting this together. I want to thank Rob, who's behind the scenes, Dave Young, who's been helping out, and all of the team at Stoughton Media Access Cable. And thank you as viewers. We really appreciate that you chose this station and to watch us. And thanks again to the Backstreet Grille and Tavern. All right, thanks very much.